And we are live from the Sleepy Hollow Sports Complex in Leesburg, Florida. On the air just a bit late here this morning. Don't ask us why, but Andrew and I thought the start time of this game was 9:30 a.m. It is 9:27 right now as that ball's hit on the infield, and the throw goes over to first base for the first out of the inning. However, St. Michael's threatening here, Andrew, with two runners in scoring position.
Yeah, despite that was a big out for the Dolphins. But St. Michael's with runners at second and third, and for the first time in this game, it seems like we have some action, and we are right on time for it, Joe.
Still no score between the Dolphins and the Purple Knights, as CSI will converse in the circle. Madison Edwards getting the start for the Dolphins here this morning. If I'm not mistaken, this start is the first of the season for Edwards. She's in a tough spot here. Two on base, one out. And the designated hitter for St. Michael, C.J. Davidson, is up at the plate. Infield at regular depth for the Dolphins, willing to concede a run here early. As that's hit to shallow right, falling fast, and that's down for a base hit. One run is in. A second runner is being waved home. Throw to the plate, not in time. And Davidson takes second on that throw. It's 2-0 Purple Knights.
And Davidson placed that ball perfectly into shallow right for the base hit, and it's going to cost the Dolphins the first two runs of this game. St. Michael's off to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. And that throw back into home was offline, as maybe if it was a little bit more online, they could have had a chance at the second runner from third.
We saw Acosta make a great throw from right field early in this trip. And I should mention, Andrew, we've been calling games with Anissa Acosta on the Dolphins now for just over a year. Nobody corrected me last year when I pronounced her name incorrectly. TJ and Alyssa went to assistant coach Juliana Quintella the other day and let us know it is pronounced Acosta. So if you've noticed that change, that's the reason why. It was only brought to my attention 3 days ago.
I was saying her name on public address all year last year like that, too.
I've had many stories over the years of a pronunciation of a name that we assumed was the regular pronunciation. It's how we've always heard it. That wasn't correct. And then after some time, in many cases, multiple years, somebody has come to us and said, you know, it was always pronounced this way. And by that time, the student-athlete's gone. And I'm asking myself, why didn't they tell me sooner?
That doesn't make much sense.
I don't get mispronunciations of my name. I get constant misspellings. As the count here is 3-0. Edwards has missed for 3 straight. Brooke Edgerly at the plate. Leadoff hitter for the Purple Knights. 0 for 1 entering this at-bat. Looks to reach for the first time here. And she takes a called strike. For those of you who don't know us, my name is Joe Foreman alongside Andrew Rotundo for CSI Sportsnet. My last name is spelled F-O-R-E-M-A-N. Even the great Dave Pizzuto, who I shared an office with for a year, has spelled it wrong, as that's grounded through the middle for a base hit. Throw is cut off, and the third Purple Knights run comes home to score.
That one rolled right up the middle past second base, and slow enough to get another runner home. It's 3-0 quickly here in the second. And now Coach Tracy Garofalo coming out of the dugout and getting a little meeting here in the circle briefly.
And there's going to be a pitching change here for the Dolphins, and it looks like Anissa Acosta has come into the game to pitch from over at first base. We saw that early in the trip.
I believe that was day one.
Way back on Monday. It seems like forever ago.
That was game one.
Specifically for us, because we have been contending with internet issues all week. And if you're watching this broadcast, this is obviously going to be available on demand via tape delay. But streaming from Sleepy Hollow is not a possibility. We've tried everything. It is just not possible. They gave us the venue Wi-Fi. That doesn't work. Our phones as hotspots does not work. Purchasing a hotspot puts us at the risk of showing up, and then there's no connection for the hotspot. That won't work. We need speeds that are generally very slow, about 750 kilobits per second in order to stream. That is not fast at all. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to get that, so now we're broadcasting on delay.
Well, the last facility we were at on Monday, Joe, they had perfect connection almost.
The Legend Sports Complex, where the Dolphins played on Monday, was the most streamer-friendly outdoor softball complex I've worked in. We had our own perch up above home plate with outlets immediately behind us. We didn't see them, unfortunately, so we ran the wire down to ground level, but the outlets were right behind us. We figured that out for Game 2, but the internet connection was flawless there. If all the games had been played there, all these games would have been broadcast live, and the runner is going from first, throw on line and on time. Thought that might arrive on a bounce, but that's nicely done by the Dolphins. Mayer throws out Edgerly trying to swipe second, and they're now 2 away.
Big second out, Joe, to limit the damage here as Purple Knights get off to scoring 3 runs in this inning. And with a runner on first and 1 out, perfect throw as Purple Knights are going to keep going here. That's another base hit.
Another pop fly base hit there. Soft line drive into shallow right along the line. Drops in front of Acosta. And caught stealing hurts just a bit more now. And you said it, Andrew. Anissa Acosta, who goes by TJ, when spoken to by her teammates, hasn't pitched since Monday. And typically, when she comes into the game, you know the Dolphins are very serious about staying in that particular game and winning it. There are some games where discretion is the move, and they try and save some of their big arms to make a push in a potential Game 2. But this being the last day of the trip, the Dolphins have a flight home, I believe, later today. I don't think they're staying another night here in Florida, so I think they're headed back today.
Wow.
They're going to do everything they can to leave with a pair of victories, and if they could pull out both games, that would give Tracy Garofalo 300 career wins. It would also bring the team back to 500 on the season, as that's fouled back.
Yeah, Costa's done a good job of coming in and relieving for the Dolphins at times in times of getting out, in need of getting out of an inning. She's done a good job so far. She did a great job in Game 1, on day 1 of the trip.
She's ahead 0-2 here to Megan Connor, and that's chopped over the circle to short. Balderas has it, and her throw is in time to retire the side. So the Purple Knights will settle for 3, and heading into the 3rd inning, they lead the College of Staten Island 3-0. And we're back for the top half of the 3rd inning. Leanne Mayer, the batter for the Dolphins. After that, it's back to the top of the order. CSI trails 3-0. And the 0-1 pitch to Mayer skips in.
It's the 3rd day of the trip that they've been at this complex. It's the first time they played on this field.
It's hard to keep track of where we played. Didn't we play here Game 2 the other day? I think we did.
Oh, we might have.
I think we did.
Well,
Which would have been yesterday, as that's lined into left center, and that's down for an extra base hit. It rolls all the way to the fence. Mayer hit that in the perfect spot, as it was just out of the range of the center fielder on the run, chasing after that ball. And with that, the Dolphins have a leadoff runner in scoring position.
Well, as hard as the time I had figuring out which field we were on, the outfield there for the Purple Knights had a hard time tracking down that ball, and a leadoff double here for the Dolphins.
Hiscock never had a chance in center. She was chasing it to her right. It bounced probably about a foot away from her and ended up rolling all the way to the fence. Dolphins leadoff hitter, Mariah Carcano at the plate. Among CSI's leading hitters, and that's sliced off the glove of the shortstop and into left field. And that's going to be an error on the shortstop. That's a play that definitely should have been made.
Yeah, right off in and out of the glove, basically, there. And Dolphins really in business here. Runners at the corners, nobody out. They really need to take advantage of this.
Big spot here for the Dolphins, who did not score a run yesterday. So, they'd like to break that streak of scoreless innings. Going back to the first game yesterday, they're at 15 scoreless innings, and that's bunted foul. Sabrina Caffel at the plate. Got the start at second base for the Dolphins in this game. If I'm not mistaken, the Dolphins have started 3 different players at second base already. I think Edwards got a start there. She was this game's starting pitcher. Layla Aponte has started at second base. Caffel has started at second base. And those are just the 3 I can recall off the top of my head. There's a swing and a miss. Runner headed for second. And Carcano is safe.
Nicely done by Carcano.
Oh, 0-2 the count on the CSI second baseman. Carcano on second, Mayer on third. Also never mentioned that the starting pitcher for the Purple Knights is Kelly Simpson, and she has a strikeout of Caffel here.
That's huge for Simpson. Nobody out in the inning and runners in scoring position. And she gets the first out of the inning by strikeout.
That will bring Elizabeth Moore to the plate. Moore had a 3-for-4 game earlier in the week. Dolphins need a big RBI base hit here in a big way as that's fouled back. Things could have went very differently yesterday for the Dolphins had it not been for a throw that came in from left field behind the runner who took the turn at third. That throw behind the runner resulted in the final out of an inning where the Dolphins are in the midst of a rally. And CSI certainly could have done some damage. That was in the 6th inning against Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania yesterday. And Moore slices one down the line, and that's a double play. No, the tag was not applied. I thought for sure that the Purple Knights had themselves a 3-3-2 double play. That was hit hard down the first base line. Moore is out at first. The throw came home, and the tag was not applied. I think the home plate umpire ruled the ball was in the bare hand and not in the glove.
I thought for sure, I was with you, Joe. I thought for sure that that was a tag and that was the end of the inning. And they're going to converse here.
Carcano moves up to third. Mayer scores, but hold on a second, as now the umpires will converse on the infield. So if this call gets changed, I don't think Tracy Garofalo is going to like it very much. But
very tough.
It could happen. Now, the runner is safe at the plate. Is that Tracy's friend from Monday umpiring on the infield?
Oh, it might be.
It might be.
Might be.
So, if the umpire from Monday that drew the ire of the Dolphins head coach had overturned that call, assisting the home plate umpire, I think there would have been potential for an eruption in that moment. But the Dolphins are on the board. It's 3-1. And now, an opportunity for more as Amelia Funston comes to the plate. Keep in mind, every run in this inning will be unearned after that error at shortstop. The ball hitting off the glove and trickling into left field kept this inning alive. That's Sadie Pratt over at short. Want to know the count on the Dolphins' designated player. There's a big swing and a miss by Funston. One and one on its way. That's down and away for ball two. Dolphins taking on a Purple Knights team playing in their first game of the season. In the past, the Dolphins typically have opened their season here at the spring games, but the Dolphins did get a doubleheader in before they departed, as that's hit out to center, and the catch is made for the final out of the inning. So the Dolphins settle for one. They strand a runner at third. Very nearly came up empty in this half inning, but despite that, our score is 3-1, headed to the home third. And we're back. In the bottom half of the third inning, the Dolphins strike for a run in the top half. And Acosta finds the outside corner for the first strike in inning number 3. She'd fallen behind 2-1. Batter is Jenna Devins. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here.
Nicely done by Acosta to come back behind 2-0 quickly, and now a 2-2 count after 2 straight good pitches.
And that's just off the outside corner.
Thought she might have had her there.
You and I both. That looked awfully similar to the previous called strike. And she goes away again and gets a swing and a miss. 1 gone here in the home half of inning number 3.
Great execution by Acosta to get the first out of the inning.
Angelica Johns will be the batter here. That pitch. This is down and in. Now, I'm certain I updated our live stats, but they are still reflecting the incorrect logo. So we'll try and fix that here. That's hit well out to center, but right into the glove of Carcano.
Carcano had to move a little bit to get to that, but no doubt right there for it. And 2 up, 2 down for the Purple Knights here in their side of the third.
That ball was smoked.
That was hit very hard. Carcano like a magnet on that play.
That pitch is in for a called strike. Hope Hiscock at the plate here. Base is empty. 2 gone. And that pitch misses low.
Dolphins got their first run of the game in their side of the third.
That's grounded through the middle for a base hit. And the inning continues as the Purple Knights have a 2-out base runner.
Well, scratch what I was about to say, Joe.
Guess so. St. Michael's had different plans.
I was going to say the Dolphins got their first run in the top of the third. They come into this bottom of the third, 2 up, 2 down. I was going to say, let's see if they can get up 1, 2, 3 out of this inning. And like you said, Purple Knights had other plans. That's a base hit.
Marley Welter at the plate. So our stats reflect St. Michael's. However, the actual scoreboard did not. So we're going to try and fix that now. Hopefully that takes care of it. Welter quickly ahead in the count. 2-0 here. For some reason, we have the Dolphins on our website as the home team. They are not the home team.
They're not the home team.
That would explain things. So we'll have to flip that around. All right, that fixes that. 3-0 the count now, and that's fouled straight back.
Just getting a piece of that. Count 2-1 now.
I think it's 3-1, Andrew. It's hard to see. I think there's 3 balls up there. It is 3-1.
It is 3-1. Okay.
That was an aggressive 3-0 swing. And the 3-1 is ripped through the right side for a base hit. Acosta makes a nice backhanded stop in right field. If that ball gets by, that's a run. And now the Purple Knights have 2 on, still 2 away.
Yeah, Acosta, she got 2 up, 2 down quickly. That 3-1 pitch got the best of her as that was ripped into right for another base hit. Purple Knights now 2 on, 2 out.
Two on, 2 out. Purple Knights lead by 2. And that pitch from Acosta misses high for ball 1. Kaylee Morey at the plate. She takes another ball. Morey 0 for 1 in the game. In search of her first hit. And that's dribbled to third. Moore has it. And the throw to first is in time to retire the side. So Acosta escapes some trouble after a quick first 2 outs. Purple Knights get 2 on base. They are both stranded. And the Dolphins trail 3-1 heading to the 4th. Top of the 4th inning about to get started from Sleepy Hollow. Dolphins trail by a pair. And that's at a mile high out to left field. And Eileen Valderas has retired on 1 pitch for the first out.
Back in the 3rd inning, Dolphins got their first run of the game to get in this one, make it 3-1. Purple Knights did a good job of limiting the damage. And then Acosta was able to get out of the bottom of the 3rd, despite some 2-out damage there.
That's sliced over to 3rd, and they won't have a play. And I think with the infield, then that has to be a hit. That's not an easy play.
No, it wasn't going to be an easy grab and throw. That was hit hard.
We're going to give that one a hit. I'm sure Acosta will take it. That was a tough hop as well.
It was hit hard on the ground.
If it weren't for that late hop, maybe you could have given an error, but I can't give that an error. Where's Lewis? Need his input. As that pitch sails high to Madison Edwards for ball 1. So Edwards came out of the game at pitcher, but moved over to first base. Acosta stepped into the circle. Edwards was charged with 3 runs. That sails high for ball 2. All 3 runs surrendered by Edwards were earned. She's in the driver's seat here, 2-0. And she chased the pitch in the dirt. Throw behind Acosta, and if the ball didn't come out, Andrew, I think she was out.
I was just going to say that was very dangerous. If that ball had stayed in the glove, I think Acosta was out on that play.
I agree with you.
A little too far off the bag there.
Just a bit. We mentioned earlier the Dolphins had an inning derailed yesterday after they threw behind the runner turning third. That was Acosta. That sails high.
Good take by Edwards.
Edwards ahead now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Comes the 3-1. That's popped up beyond the infield, and it will stay within the range of the infield as the catch is made by Johns over at second base.
Yeah, Johns drifted over towards first. Not sure if it went into the actual infield. Looked like she was right on that lip where she made that catch. And it's the second out of the inning for the Dolphins, with Acosta still at first.
Off the bat, I thought that could be trouble, but Johns was there. And Denise Acosta is the batter. She takes high for ball 1. TJ's 0 for 1 at the plate in this game. That's sliced foul. Chance of T-money from the Dolphins dugout. And if we didn't know that she goes by TJ, we'd be awfully confused right now. 1-1 pitch up coming. That sails high. Comes the 2-1 pitch. Once again, that's popped up. This should stay in play. And the catch is made by Johns for the final out of the inning. So the Dolphins strand a runner at first. They still trail by a pair. Our score, 3-1, headed to the bottom half of the fourth. And we're back here on CSI Sportsnet for the home fourth inning. St. Michael's College leads the College of Staten Island 3-1. Purple Knights with 3 runs on 7 hits, couple of errors. The Dolphins 1 run on 2 base hits and 1 error. And the first pitch of this half inning from Acosta misses down and in for ball 1. C.J. Davidson at the plate for the Purple Knights. She comes in 1 for 1. With a run scored. And she takes a strike. I have Acosta at about 26 pitches. Would guess the tally is closer to 30, as that's chopped foul. Every once in a while, we'll miss a pitch as we input the previous play. That can happen from time to time, but TJ up around 30 pitches right now. She came on in relief of Madison Edwards, who's now playing first base. Comes the 1-2. That pitch is low. Two balls and 2 strikes the count on the Purple Knights designated player, and that's fouled away. That pitch is down in the dirt. It's swung on and missed, and the runner reaches first. So that third strike down in the dirt, that allows the runner to reach first base. Leadoff runner on for the Purple Knights. Brooke Edgerly is the batter. She shows bunt, drags one down the first base line. Glove flip by Acosta is in time. What a play.
That was an impressive play by Acosta from the circle. And she runs that down, picks it up all in one motion with the glove, swipes it over to first, just in time for the out.
That's a big play by Acosta coming out of the circle. That was not an easy play. She had to go a long way just to get to that ball and then instantly flipped it with the glove. As right now she's working on her right cleat. And they get that taken care of. Still a runner in scoring position as Davidson did advance on the sacrifice. But Andrew, that was one of those bunts that will go down as a sacrifice, clearly doubling as an attempt for a hit.
Absolutely.
But the truth is, in softball, just about every bunt doubles as an attempt for a hit. Most of them. As that's taken by Sadie Pratt for a ball.
Yeah, we've seen more troubling bunts than not.
Pratt is 1 for 2 at the plate. And now she's ahead 2-0. Keep in mind, first base is open. However, the number 3 hitter, Megan Connor, is in the on-deck circle. And now Acosta's behind 3-0 against Pratt. Here comes the 3-0. That's not close. Acosta misses with 4 straight. Dolphins do now have a force at any base, but you have a dangerous third-place hitter at the plate in Megan Connor. Connor is without a hit in this game. Dolphins hope to keep it that way. First pitch from Acosta sails up and away.
5 straight misses of the zone here from Acosta.
She's quickly falling into a very dangerous position here. Can't afford to fall behind 2-0. And that's hit right back to the circle. Acosta throws to third. And that's a smart play. She had her choice of about any base. I think she could have had an out wherever she wanted, and wisely cuts down the lead runner.
Yeah, she chose third. As she knew she had a runner going to third, she wanted to get the runner closer to home with only 1 out. And that ball was hit hard right to her. That was a nice scoop.
That was. First pitch to Jenna Devins is in for a called strike 1. Acosta went from a very tough spot and an increasingly tenuous position to now 1 out away from escaping trouble, and she does, as the grounder over to Balderas short is handled, throw goes to third, and the side is retired. The Purple Knights strand a pair, their lead remains 2 runs. And we're back for the 5th inning as that's hit well out to center by Rianne Mayer, but she got just a bit underneath it, and there's quickly 1 out.
1 pitch, 1 out for the Dolphins in their side of the 5th.
Not the start CSI was looking for. Outside of that 1 inning where the Dolphins scored a run and very nearly were held scoreless, Simpson's been rolling in the circle for the Purple Knights. She's pitched well. That pitch misses outside. Mariah Carcano is the batter here. That's fouled away. Carcano awaits. Next pitch from Simpson. And that's sliced over to third, handled nicely, and Carcano is thrown out. That's a good play over at third base to stop that ball by Maury, who went down to a knee, reached out with her glove, and kept it on the infield.
Yeah, nice play by Maury, nearly diving off the third base bag and making the good grab. That ball was hit hard on a line right to her glove, and she was able to get up and make that throw over to first, and that's 2 up, 2 down for the Dolphins in their side of the 5th.
So Carcano is retired. Sabrina Caffel is the batter, and she takes out of the zone for ball 1.
Way to throw, Kelly.
Caffel struck out with a couple on in her last at bat, and she takes on the inside corner for a strike. Comes the 1-1. That's hit to the right side. It took a weird hop, but Johns recovers and throws over to first for the final out.
That changed direction.
It sure did, but nicely done by the Purple Knights second baseman. The Dolphins go down 1-2-3. They trail 3-1, headed to the home fifth. And we are back for the bottom half of the fifth. Purple Knights maintain a 2-run advantage over the Dolphins. New pitcher for the College of Staten Island is Alexandra Frenza. She's seen a lot of action in the circle on this trip. It's back in the game here. With her team trailing by 2, she is the third Dolphins pitcher of this game, following up Madison Edwards and Anissa Acosta. Acosta did not allow a run. Edwards gave up 3. Edwards remains in the game, moves from first to second. Acosta goes back to first, and that's hit well out to deep left field. And Carrion has to watch it sail over her head. It one-hops the wall. Carrion's throw on its way in, and that's a triple for Angelica Johns.
Johns gets a lead-off triple here in their side of the fifth, as that was driven deep into left over the head of Carrion, and that took a weird bounce, too, off one of the pillars in the wall. And if not for that, Carrion might have gotten to that ball quicker.
That ball was smoked out to the left field wall. And the Purple Knights are in business here to open up the bottom half of the fifth. Hope Hiscock will be the batter. And she lines one into the glove of Balderas. What a leaping catch by the Dolphin shortstop.
Wow. What a catch by Balderas, and what a big out, too. As Purple Knights with a runner at third, still only one out, but great catch by Balderas.
That was a run-saving grab by the Dolphin shortstop, no question. As that was destined for left center field. That keeps this a 2-run game for now. At the plate is Marley Welter, and she's quickly ahead, 2-0. The 2-0, and Welter showed bunt.
Changing it up, just got a piece of it for the first strike.
Count now 2 balls and 1 strike on the Purple Knights left fielder. Big spot here for Frenza. If she can get this out, she may have a chance to escape this inning unscathed. And she finds the outside corner with that pitch for a called strike 2. Not easy to escape without allowing a run after a leadoff triple. But Frenza may have that opportunity with one more strike here. That pitch wasn't close.
Good patience here from Frenza. She was quickly behind 2-0, and now a full count. Balderas got her that big first out. Let's see if Frenza can get the second here.
That misses just off the outside corner for ball 4. That does set up a double play possibility, but double play is not easy to turn on the softball diamond. It also opens up the possibility of the Purple Knights trying to induce a rundown.
Yeah, walk there for the Dolphins. Not the worst thing in the world.
It could be if St. Michael's tries to induce that rundown. We'll see how the Dolphins respond. They could eliminate the double play possibility very quickly, but they've given no indication they're looking to run, as Frenza has missed with the first 2 pitches to Kaylee Morey, and Tracy Garofalo has now emerged from the Dolphins dugout.
Frenza nor Mayer looked happy about that last pitch.
Definitely not.
Or at least the call from the umpire.
We will see what comes of this. It's a full infield conference in the circle. Let's see what comes of this. Conference has dispersed, and we're set to resume play. Frenza behind Morey, 2 balls and no strikes. And that pitch sails way high. Count is now 3-0. And this situation quickly going from bad to worse. It looked like Frenza had a chance to escape as they try and induce the run down. The throw goes to third. They had the runner out, but Moore dropped the ball. And a run comes home to score.
Yeah, unfortunate play. Dolphins really could have had a chance to catch the Purple Knights there in the rundown, but that throw down to third goes through the glove of Moore and couldn't find it. And by that time, Johns was already across the plate for the 4-1 lead for the Purple Knights. Very unfortunate play.
Now, did the Dolphins just complete an intentional walk right there? Or was the batter unaware of the count initially? As I was scoring the play, I put my head down, but... That was
the last batter. She was unaware of the count.
Okay. So Morey is now on first base.
Yes.
Welter is on second. Johns came home to score. For now, that run is unearned. And that was indeed ball 4. So the count was 3-0 on the batter, Morey. She just wasn't aware as she draws the walk. C.J. Davidson at the plate here. She's behind 0-1 and takes high. And the Dolphins, who had problems earlier in the week executing in those spots, executed perfectly on that throw to third. They certainly had the out, as that's off the glove of Mayer. And to the backstop, both runners will advance.
Yeah, another pitch that sails away from Frenza, and this time off the top of the glove of Mayer.
Was that outside enough for a wild pitch, think? Far enough out?
I think so.
Okay.
Mayer had to basically stand up for that.
That's it out to right center. Hit well, and that lands at the base of the fence. 2 runs will come in to score. Davidson heads for third, and she's in standing with a 2 RBI triple.
Well, the bleeding continues here. That was ripped into right center this time. That's going to allow 2 more runners to come home for the Purple Knights. 5-1 now the score in the bottom of the 5th.
Both of those runs will be earned. The first run will also become earned with that triple, as that pitch is taken by Edgerly on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Actually, check that. The first run will not be earned because there should have been an out at third on that play. There's no question. So that run remains unearned. There should be 2 outs in the inning. So after Frenza records another out, the rest of the runs scored would be unearned. Sometimes have to think out loud just a bit when you're scoring and calling the game at the same time.
Multitask master.
I try, as that pitch misses for a ball. Score is now 6-1. Runner on third is Davidson. Still just 1 out in the inning. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes on the St. Michael's right fielder, Edgerly, and she hits one right back to the circle. Frenza looks the runner back to third and throws at Edgerly for the second out. First pitch to Sadie Pratt, misses for a ball.
Frenza's going to want to find the zone here so she can get out of this inning. No more damage.
Pratt's 1 for 2 and make it 1 for 3. She grounds out to first base unassisted. Acosta steps on the bag and the side is retired, but not before the Purple Knights score 3 more times. Their lead over CSI is now 5 runs. Our score is 6-1. Headed to the 6th. Top of the 6th, about to get started. Elizabeth Moore, the batter for the Dolphins. They now trail by 5 as the Purple Knights broke the game open during the previous half inning. And Moore fouls one straight back at us. That knocks down our sun shader for our Mac. So I think the gust of wind may have had something to do with that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty windy here today so far.
Feels good, I'll take it. Haven't had much wind throughout the week. Kelly Simpson still in the game for St. Michael's, and Moore hits one on the ground sharply to second. It's handled easily, and Moore is retired for the first out.
Handled nicely there at second. That ball was hit hard on the ground by Moore, and first Dolphins out. That'll bring up Funston to the plate.
Amelia Funston, the Dolphins' designated player. She's 0 for 2. She swings and misses at that pitch for strike 1.
Rising fastball there.
Oh, and 1 the count on Funston. Pitch from Simpson's on its way. And she got under that just a bit. Hits it well to right. And the catch is made for the second out. Andrew Funston just missed that one. She got under it just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. Just enough.
I'm sure the wind didn't help it either, but she nearly got a hold of one. Dolphins haven't homered since their opener against the Lions on Friday. And the first pitch to Eileen Balderas sails up and away for ball 1. Balderas is 0 for 2 at the plate. Dolphins have just 2 hits in the game. And that's lofted out to left center. That ball carries a little better, and the catch is made on the run. Full extension out in center field. As that ball kept carrying.
She had to make a little hop.
That was Hiscock on the catch. She was on the run. Reached up, fully extended, and made the catch battling the wind and the sun. That retires the Dolphins in the 6th. They trail 6-1. Bottom half of the 6th inning just getting underway from Sleepy Hollow. And first pitch of the inning from Frenza misses for ball 1. Megan Connor is the batter. Purple Knights looking for some insurance. And Connor is now ahead 2 balls and no strikes. That's grounded to third. Moore has it. Throw across the diamond in time. And this one away.
Nice handles there by Moore over at third. Took that off the bounce down in the dirt. And the throw down to first, able to get the first out of the inning.
That will bring Jenna Devins to the plate. Devins is 1 for 3 in the game. And she takes ball 1. The 1-0 misses away for ball 2. These Purple Knights hitters have been able to work from ahead in the count at the plate much of the day. That's certainly been to their benefit.
They've been very patient.
Overall, the Dolphins pitching on this trip outside of one game has been solid, maybe 2 games, the first 2. But since then, in terms of earned runs, they haven't given up that much.
No, just a lot of bad breaks on the infield, a lot of drops.
We have a pinch runner over at first. We'll get that change input in our stats in just a moment, and we'll pass it along to you. Pinch runner is Kira Parker over at first base. She runs for Connor. And that pitch is taken for a strike by Angelica Johns.
Angelica Johns had that big 2 RBI triple in her last at-bat and extended the Purple Knights' lead.
Not often you see 2 triples in 1 inning. So that sails up and away for a ball. That was my mistake. Over at first. Connor wasn't the runner as that's lofted into right center for a base hit. That was Devins running at first. Pinch runner then came in after that. It's a base hit to right center for Johns.
Johns with another base hit. And she's been on fire in this game for the Purple Knights. She gets on yet again.
Hope Hiscock is the batter. She's behind in the count 0-1. At the plate thus far, 2 for 3 with a run scored. One ball and 1 strike the count on the Purple Knights center fielder. And that's swung on and missed. This is the home 6th, so it would take 3 runs for the Purple Knights to walk this off. Count now 1-2. And the pitch from Frenza sails up high.
It nearly got her to go.
Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frenza's pitch is fouled straight back. Two balls and 2 strikes remains the count, and that sails up and away for ball 3.
Frenza was ahead 1-2. Now full count. Still just 1 out in the inning.
And she's hit by the pitch. So Hiscock takes first on the hit by pitch. The bases are now loaded with 1 out. Big opportunity upcoming here at the plate for Marley Welter. An extra base hit here could end the game.
I was just going to say, Joe, deep enough shot. Could do it here in the bottom of the 6th. As you mentioned, they're just 3 runs away from being up 8 in the 6th. With bases loaded, just 1 out.
At the very least, Welter will look to keep the line moving. Her team leading by 5. presume this inning belongs to Frenza no matter what, as that pitch is down in the dirt for ball one. I think it's a safe bet that Alexis Miramontes will start game 2. But we will see. Andrew and I not sure yet if we're going to be on the call for the second game. I don't think so. So if you're looking for audio of game 2, I don't think Andrew and I will be on hand for that one. Sean Smith, the SID, over at the University of Minnesota, Crookston, kind enough to score the game for us. He will be here. So there will be live stats as that's hit down the right field line. Foul ball. But Sean kind enough to score the game for us. That gives Andrew and I a chance to take in the action as spectators. We've scored 9 games. We've had no issues with stats since game 1, where the program crashed in the midst of a 4-run inning. We had to rescore the whole inning from memory. But outside of that, it's been all good. We also had 3 obstruction calls on day 1 as well. You don't see that too often.
Very untimely, too.
As we scramble to get into position for the second game of the day, which started almost immediately after the first. We had a big inning to get things started and 2 obstruction calls along the way, but we caught up, took care of it, and we're about to go 9 for 9 in terms of statting, as Welter got ahead, but ultimately strikes out. And now there are 2 away, and the Dolphins, should they record this third out, give themselves an opportunity in the 7th.
Yeah, that's a big out by Frenza. Way to battle in the circle. That was a long at-bat there. Frenza comes out on top with the second out. Bases are loaded.
Going to have a pinch hitter here. Put that in the live stats. Pinch hitter will be Hannah Aruda. Big spot. Extra base hit can still win it. The Dolphins hoping for a chance in the road 7th inning. Aruda behind 0-1.
Frenza was able to find the corner and get ahead quickly.
That sails up and away. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 is down in the dirt. Throw behind the runner at first. Not in time.
That was close.
It was close. Certainly a worthwhile throw in that spot. No out on the play. Good effort by Mayer behind the dish. Comes the 2-1. That's off the outside corner.
I think that could have gone either way.
So did the Fanatics seated behind us to our left.
Yeah.
The Fanatics, of course, fans of the College of Staten Island. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Aruda can't believe it. Frankly, neither can I. The at-bat continues. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Beyond the infield. Falling fast, but Carcano gets there. And she makes the catch to retire the side. And what a center field Carcano has played on this trip as the inning comes to a close. So the Dolphins will have a chance in the 7th. They trail by 5. Our score, 6-1. Last chance for the Dolphins here in the 7th inning. The score is 6-1. Alyssa Acosta will lead things off. Madison Edwards and Anissa Acosta behind her. As that's taken for a ball. Kelly Simpson going to make a bid for a complete game. She's kept her pitch count way down. I have her at 55. I'm certain it's higher than that because we did not score the opening inning live. We only scored it on our way in. Thanks to our content creator at CSI, Marquise Pickering, for passing me the plays. We missed an inning, but we got here at about 9:15, 9:20, got situated, came on the air for the second, and since then we've been tracking the pitch count. So I'd figure that Simpson is somewhere around maybe 70 to 75 pitches. Still a low number.
Still very efficient.
It's popped up in foul territory, and the catch is made for a quick first out.
I was going to say, despite missing that first inning, Simpson still looking very efficient in that circle for the Purple Knights. Just 2 outs to go.
Dolphins haven't threatened much in this game outside of that inning where they scored. That came back in the third. At the time, it was a 3-1 game, and it looked like the Dolphins were going to stay within striking distance, but in the fifth, Purple Knights gave themselves some more breathing room. Went ahead by 5, and the Dolphins have not scored since that time. 6 runs on 10 hits for the Purple Knights, 1 run on 2 hits for the Dolphins. Back at home against the Lions, the Dolphin Bats got off to a red-hot start. They then hit well against Wayne State College as well. I think they had 8 hits in that game, if I remember correctly. But they put together a huge inning early after falling behind 5-0. They made it 5-4. And it looked like they had picked up right where they left off in the season opening doubleheader. However, they didn't score again in that game and lost 12-4.
Yeah, all 4 of their runs coming in that powerhouse of a second inning for them in that first game on Monday. And unfortunately just couldn't get back up on the board again for the rest of that game. But 8 hits in that game, as you said, Joe.
Edwards got ahead 3-0. Takes a called strike, and the count is now 3-1 on the Dolphins' second baseman. Edwards started the game in the circle, moved over to first, then moved over to second. And that's hit on the ground to short. It's handled there. Throw a bit low and was dropped. And that's going to be a throwing error on the shortstop as that throw bounced.
Yeah, that ball was lost in the dirt by the time it got to first. And so Edwards will reach on at first with 1 away.
They had time. That's Sadie Pratt over at shortstop. And that ball was fielded deep in the hole. She played it on the backhand, but
I think she still had time.
A good throw definitely had her. Good throw had her. That'll go down as knee 6. Anissa Acosta, the batter, and she hits one well out to left center field. That's down for an extra base hit. It rolls all the way to the fence. Edwards is being waved home. The throw to the cutoff is dropped, and the Dolphins have one back. It's now 6-2.
Dolphins take advantage all around there as that was driven deep into left center by Acosta. Edwards takes advantage of the drop by the cutoff, comes home, and it's now a 4-run ball game.
I'll tell you, Andrew, if the cutoff was handled, there was going to be a play at the plate. I'm not saying Edwards would have been out, but we were certainly about to have a play at the plate.
Definitely.
If that throw was not dropped.
Definitely.
I was actually a bit surprised the Dolphins sent the runner home.
Now a circle visit here for the Purple Knights as they allow 2 runs on that last play to make it a 3-run game.
It's a 4-run game. There was only 1 runner on base. The scoreboard's incorrect. It's 6-2. Unless I missed something. Costa retired on the foul pop-up, and then the error at short, and then the double.
Right.
They got
4-run
it.
game.
They got it.
They got it.
We're here to help.
Fooled me again.
I'm a hawk when it comes to that stuff because I'm in charge of the booth over at baseball, and at the table down at softball, I have to make sure that stuff's correct. Now, first pitch to Rianne Mayer, swung on and missed for strike 1. Mayer in this game had one of the 2 Dolphins hits coming into this inning. Dolphins now have 3 hits. Purple Knights have made 3 errors in this game. So that sails up and away for ball 1. That's really been the lone blemish for them. Everything else has gone very well. To be expected early in the season. Just the first game for St. Michael's. As that's chopped toward the middle of the diamond, handled it short on the hop, and Mayer is thrown out for the second out of the inning.
Nice handle on the hop there to get it down to first. Acosta moves up to third. 2 away, though, for the Dolphins down to their final out with Carcano coming up to the plate.
Raya Carcano, last hope for the Dolphins here to try and keep this inning going. Acosta stands over at third. 2 away. And the first pitch catches the outside corner. Carcano with a rare 0 for in this game. 0 for 3. Can change that right here. Comes the 0-1. And that's it over to second. Easy play. And the throw is made over to first in time as the Dolphins will fall by a final score of 6-2. For CSI, they have 1 more game remaining on this trip. An 8-game trip. They are now 1-6 through the first 7. And fall to 3-6 on the season.
Yeah, well, Dolphins didn't really have all that much in that game. They got 2 runs up on the board. They got that big double from Acosta, in that top of the 7th, tried to get things going. Purple Knights had the offense going the entire game. 2 3-run innings. They had 2 triples in that 1 inning to bring home 3 runs. And the Purple Knights and Simpson in the circle as well got the better of the Dolphins in this one, 6-2.
It was a tough game for the Dolphins at the plate once again. As I mentioned before, they got off to a red-hot start offensively this season. Just 3 hits in this game. Were helped along by 3 errors from the Purple Knights. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize. And for the Dolphins, they will have 1 game remaining here in Leesburg at the 2023 Spring Games. They take on the University of Minnesota Crookston. Coming up next for the Golden Eagles, they are playing their first game at this year's Spring Games. They have played 16 games already this season, so not quite as early in the season for the Golden Eagles, but it is their first game down here in Florida. We'll see what the Dolphins lineup looks like in Game 2 as well. That should be interesting to see. Andrew and I likely not on the call. We thank all of you who stuck with us all week long. We had internet issues here at Sleepy Hollow. Decided today to stop trying to fight against those internet issues and to record the game to our computer. If you are watching, you are of course watching on tape delay. Thank you so much for taking in the action alongside us via our on-demand over at the CSI Sportsnet YouTube channel. So for all of us here with the College of Staten Island, today it's just Andrew and I, but we look forward to seeing you again throughout the season at CSI. If you're back at home on Staten Island in the cold, brave the elements, join us in person over at the Softball Diamond. If not, of course, you can catch every Dolphins home game on CSI Sportsnet. Don't forget, Sportsnet, a proud part of the ECC network. We return to the ECC network when we come back to Staten Island, and we'll have full video of all of our home games. We'll see you next time.